Brad, you know this is going to be a tough game after the skating that the guys have gone through. How much did you see them sort of slogging through it tonight out there?
Well, I think where it mainly showed up was in our D-zone coverage, where lots of seam plays, lots of plays where if we're a little sharper, our sticks and feet are there, and our awareness is a little better. And I think the majority of their scoring chances just don't happen. So I think, you know, it showed up in all over the ice, but I think mainly in that defensive zone.
You're looking keenly at your defensemen in this camp to figure out the second and third pair. Do you want each of those guys, some of those guys, to play right and left side during camp to figure that out, or is that fairly irrelevant to you?
No, I think we're asking every player to define who they are at training camp here, and even though we have a lot of people that are definitely going to be on this team, it's where do they fit in? What's their role going to be? And I think that's some of the biggest questions we have going forward. So we'd like to see guys play as close to their best as possible so we can make the best decision on them.
Kivleniek's lower body injury, how much did that impact anything tonight, and how did that change the game at all, having him come out?
Probably helped Thiessen going in, you know, not in the middle of the second period, which we were scheduled to do. So didn't really change. I think sometimes it's easier for a goalie to prepare. You know, he warmed up between periods, between the first and second, and he had lots of time to, you know, to sort of get ready. So I think it was probably a positive. We didn't really give him the greatest first shot against. So, you know, that's a tough first save for any goalie.
Was it something that happened during the game, and is it expected to be significant?
I'm not sure. I can't comment on that.
We talk about the tired legs and everything. How much allowance as coaches do you give in your evaluation of players that, you know, because Pierre-Luc mentioned how frustrating it is to play out there and he can't do the things he wants to do?
Well, we're always evaluating these guys, and sometimes it's what do they do on tired legs? How do they find a way to still have success when maybe the energy levels aren't where they'd like them to be? And you know, it's not surprising that guys get frustrated. We're still expecting these guys to find ways to win hockey games, and that's what we're here for. And so for all the good stats in tonight's game, the one that really matters is you're not getting the win. So, you know, we know we've got lots to work on, like every team right now. We're 5 days into training camp, so today was a good example of some stuff that we have to get a little cleaner at. And you'd like to see these mistakes now and sort of take care of them and point you in the right direction before the real hockey starts.
You maybe referenced this earlier with an earlier answer, but Jack Johnson and Ian Cole were both really good penalty killers, regular penalty killers for you. How big a role will that be in decision making for you, and how curious are you to see which player steps up and fills that spot?
That's always it's always interesting to see who sort of takes that ice time up. We do have some good options. You know, we didn't have Ryan Murray for a good part of last year, who's proven that he can do it at this level and be very successful at it. So he's a good option for us. Again, like you said, it's who's playing with who might be some of the biggest questions. You know, I know Werenski can do it. Nudavara probably has some minutes in him, and that's going to, you know, there might be some shared responsibility, and it might not just be four guys doing it like you would in some years. We might have it a little more spread out, but we'll have that identified. And as these games go on, and we get to see guys work with one another and work within some of the things we'd like to get done on the penalty kill, we can identify that for sure.
So ideally, you'd like to have a pair be your penalty killing pair as well.
Yes and no. Yes and no. I'd just like to have as consistent a group of four going out there first and second. So it's really not just the D pair. I'd really like to get the same way that power plays go out in units of 5, a little more consistency in the units of 4. I think can help you. You know, you learn to play with one another a little quicker. That allows you to play faster, allows you to play a little more in sync, and it usually gives you a better level of success.
Thanks.
Okay. Thanks, guys.